Hi, my name is Lauren and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Y'all ready? They ready? Well, come on, well, come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We ready? Come on, we ready? We ready? Break bread, folks. Break bread, folks. Break bread, folks. Break bread, folks. We ready? We ready? Come on, we ready?
Big Country's Barbecue and Soul Food is now hiring. If you love barbecue, you won't find a better barbecue restaurant than Big Country's Barbecue and Soul Food. Come experience the taste of perfection, the finest quality of barbecue grilled fresh, leaving your taste buds longing for more. The memories of a delicious, well-seasoned, mouth-watering meal will last a lifetime. Visit us today. Big Country's Barbecue and Soul Food is located at 1530 Hudson Ridge Road in Stockbridge. Order now on Grubhub or call 470-781-1236. Big Country's Barbecue and Soul Food.
Hello, I'm Brandy Garrett. Welcome to Short Film Universe. How did you get started in the film business?
I'm the one that kept money in all our pockets.
Man, come here.
I'm glad to see that your film has been entered into the film festival. Welcome to Short Film Universe, where we talk about the film industry. If you're interested in being an actor, writer, director, producer, etc., stay tuned. We have a great show for you. Today we have Carter here, and he has his short film, The Hitman-ist. And so we're going to talk about The Hitman-ist and find out what he did to get his film out. So Carter, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So let's start from the beginning. What made you want to get into the film industry?
In high school, I was part of the school news. So, doing cameras, providing early morning news for the school. I did that in high school. At the time, I didn't really take it all that seriously. It's high school, it's my junior year. But I remember when my parents asked me when I started going to college, what do you want to do? And I look back at it and I had a lot of fun being in that class. So I was like, I want to do film. And my interest when they first asked me was kind of, you know, minimal. I'm 17, 18 years old. But as I kept doing film, I was like, this is really what I enjoy doing. And that's why you'll see a smile on my face. If I walk into any environment like this or remotely like this, instantly got my attention. So it just became something that I really passionate, but passion still growing about.
Awesome. So that happened in junior year, and then you went to college for film. So how was that? I'm sure so many people want to go to college for film. How was it? Hard?
And so many do. It wasn't hard. It's just certain projects and certain classes. It's about who you're with. Because, you know, when everyone's brand new to it and everyone's 19 or 20, some people, they're not taking it super seriously, and they're mixed in with other people who they've been dreaming of this since they were 5. You know, so once you kind of find your group, it's not hard at all.
Yeah, I could see that happening. You have somebody who's focusing, you just somebody just going to school, going through the motions,
Right.
and you want this project because if you don't have everyone on the same page, I can see that the project may not turn out, right? If your editor is not on the same page as the guy who shot the project, that could be an awful film because it's all in editing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I know you mentioned you're interested in an editing job. So how do you feel? I feel editing has a big part of the film. How do you feel about editing?
I feel like editing is easily top 3, one of the most important parts. Because when you're editing, that's when you're creating the story. You're putting everything together. You're really showing, you know, when you get the different angles and you get the music in the background, you know, you can do anything with the colors, make the colors darker, lighter, anything. When you're editing, you're taking a puzzle and you are creating that puzzle, but you're also making the puzzle look better than what it looks like on the box. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why editing is like my thing. I do videography too.
What is video? Let's talk. So what can you explain what editing is? Because a layman may not know. Is there a way to explain editing?
Well, for those who don't know, editing is just simply, you know, you're taking shots and clips from one camera, taking it from another camera, putting it together. If you see a Marvel movie or any kind of movie that you're into, all of them, editing that's been taking hours, weeks, months to perform. So
That's a great way to explain it. I would have never done that. Okay, and you mentioned videography. What is a videographer?
videographers are the ones with the cameras. They're the ones capturing the whole scene, the actors talking, the action sequences, the dramatic parts. Everything that you're seeing is because it was recorded on the camera. So that's what the videographers are. They're the cameraman of the crew.
I didn't know that. So they're actually, are they the cameraman or are they, is there the cameraman and the videographer, or are they one and the same?
One and the same.
One and the same. Mm-hmm. So you just want to be the cameraman.
Or the editor.
Or the editor, and you're both. How about that?
Yeah, I do have experience doing both. Because in school, I had zero preference. I had zero preference in school. If anybody asked me, do you want to be a part of our project? Sure, I'll be a part of your project. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to edit? Do you want to film? I would always ask them, what do you want to do? Because if you give me both those options, I'm not going to be able to come up with an answer. I will say I enjoy editing slightly more than videography just because of the artistic nuance that I personally see for it. But either or, I'm cool with both of them.
That's awesome, because people that I meet don't like to edit, so you have an amazing future. And it's all in the editing room. They say a lot of things are on the floor, on the editing floor.
And I can see why a lot of people don't like it, because it's definitely tedious. Like I said, it does take weeks, months to edit. Like 40 minutes in the film, that could have equated to 4 months backstage editing all that film together. So I can definitely see why a lot of people would tap out.
That's crazy. And then I did take an editing class, but I didn't finish it. And I know that they wanted us to kind of mark it with sound and tabs so they could put it together.
So you can always know,
They would know. Yeah, I wish I took that class. So that was amazing. And it just seemed so detailed. It was like you had to know like ruler inches
It is.
and
It
splices.
is very detailed. And it's different parts of editing, because I know there's After Effects and there's also Adobe Premiere. After Effects is more, you're messing around with the sound and everything, but you're still editing the video itself. Whereas Premiere, you're editing colors, the video itself, not really a lot of sound, but you can still add music if you want to. So it's a pretty detailed process.
Wow. Okay, so I know you did bring a film with you today. Can you tell the audience about your film, the name of it, and how you came up with the concept?
I would love to. So, my film is called Hitman's Aftermath. It was part of a project, part of my senior project for my class, and I was taking a narrative filmmaking class. The class, basically the whole point of the class, make your own film. See if you can do it. After all this time you've been in college, see what have you really learned, put it on the screen. The only regret I would really have about the project is that it's not super long, so it didn't really give me a lot of chances to kind of explain certain parts of it. But other than that, I feel very good about my film. I hold it pretty close to me. The whole premise of it is my character, my main character, he's a hitman, but he does not like being a hitman. For those who don't know what a hitman is, it's just an assassin, you know, someone who's paid to go around, you know, take out other people, you know, but he does not enjoy it. He does it because his daughter is sick, so he has to have the money in order to afford her medicine and all that. But he's dealing with the trauma of behind the scenes himself. He doesn't let her know because she's just a kid. And she doesn't know that this is how dad gets his money. You know, she just knows if I want a pony, all I gotta do is ask dad for it. She doesn't know dad had to take out, you know, a group of people. And so the whole premise of it is my character, he's kind of battling himself and how he feels about it. You know, because he knows what he's doing is wrong. It's not particularly, you know, anything easy that he can just go out and do, but at the end of the day, he knows why he's doing it, so he just has to battle with it silently to himself.
Wow. And how did you come up with the name?
I came up with the name, so, okay, I kind of have to explain backwards. I came up with the premise because I have an uncle who's in the military, and I've met plenty of people who are also in the military, and they have the same idea that they tell me. They're like, you know, I've asked them what happens when you kill somebody, and they're like, I just think about it. Like a lot of the people in the military or police officers who've been on the line of duty, they're like, oh yeah, you know, I've been thinking what I did, I had to take somebody out, I don't feel good. I changed it to Hitman's Aftermath just because I thought it would be a little better off the tongue than, you know, military's aftermath or anything like that. But the premise came from them.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I think this is a good time to look at the Hitman's Aftermath.
Oh, can we?
Okay.
Can we? Okay.
All right. So let's go to the Hitman's Aftermath by Mr. Carter.
The noise, the businesses, the families, they're all gone. Total annihilation. Job is done. Mission accomplished. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can guarantee you not a single target was missed. Just as you requested. Oh no, there was no trouble at all, sir. It's just what I do. Money is not the root of all evil. The root of all evil is humanity itself. Scientists believe that in 7000 BC is where the first evidence of money was ever found. Which means since 7000 BC, humanity has been blaming something else for its own mistakes. We created money in the system that makes it so valuable, and yet we call money the root of all evil. It's like a mother blaming her child for being born. Ain't that something? Now that's some evil shit. We blame all evil on something we created. We convinced ourselves that it wasn't our fault. Even the devil doesn't believe in his own lies. And yet we are the ones who fear him. He should fear us. I mean, hell, we're the ones who invented the idea of Satan in the first place. Ain't that a bitch? War is fought over money. Peace is exchanged for money. People live and people die, all for money. And at the end of the day, we have no one to blame but ourselves. I never wanted this life. And I'm sure this life never wanted me. I just wanted to be a regular guy. But money will make you do irregular things. In fact, I'm fully convinced in this hell that we call a world, in this hell that we call home, the only thing more dangerous than money is love. Love will make anyone do anything. Love will turn the most regular person into an absolute beast. And unfortunately for me, I'm caught between both. Mission accomplished, huh? Is that what you call it when you wipe an entire village off the face of the earth?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Woo, boy. Boy, fuck a freezer, man. I can keep my soda cold with the ice in this boy's veins. I taught him that right there, boy. Give me some. Whoo. I can feel the hypothermia setting in already. Boy, chilly in here. Will you leave him alone? I mean, it wasn't even that big of a deal. You're making it out to be bigger than it actually is. Here go Mr. Buzzkill over here. What was that? I couldn't hear you over here raging boner for murder. Oh, you noticed that, huh? Yeah. You know, just a little something.
I could have sworn I was getting high to escape this stupid shit.
Oh no, that's the thing about us, baby. You can escape everything in this world except yourself. We here 24/7, 365. Party never stops. You never stop. Hey, I can't help it if Assassin's Creed over here is so good at what he does. I mean, I don't think you've ever taken out that many people at once before. If there was ever a limit on how many is too many, then will you shut up? I mean, it's not like we do this for fun like a sociopath or a psychopath. But he does do it like a murderer. No. Okay, look, don't even think like that, because we are not murderers. We are assassins, and there's a difference. Oh, a paid murderer. I'm sorry. Look, what we do is simply fulfill the needs of the clients, okay? And we only take clients who are asking us to take out people who honestly the world would be better off without. I mean, remember them gangbangers we took out 3 months ago? Selling cocaine to minors. That's pretty fucked up. Oh no, a drug dealer. It's not like there's 1,000 of those running around. You smoking right now, like, why not kill your own guy? Oh, is it because it benefits you?
Because he isn't a member of the cartel. A group that causes destruction and mayhem. And is a threat to national security and even some civilians. So killing somebody who like that, it can't be all that bad.
Exactly. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, I didn't know who I was talking to. Hey, God, nice to meet you. Nice for you to come down here and mingle with the immortals. Who the fuck are you to decide? Deciding who gets to live and who gets to die.
I seen God and I seen the devil, and you ain't neither one of them. You ain't no different than the next motherfucker. Look, we're the guy who just simply does what he's paid to do. The actions of our targets that led them here is entirely on them. We don't take out librarians or teachers or just any innocent guy on the street. Mass murderers, robbers, thieves, terrorists, people that this world will honestly be better off without. That's who we take out. And nobody can fault us for that. It sounds like an ends to justify the means thing to me. It seems like a man doing what he has to do. And you can't sit there and pretend like you don't remember what this is all for. The thing is, you're both right. What I do isn't the best in the world. How I go about it isn't the worst. To take a life, to take so many lives, I hate it. But I can't stop doing it. Because it's like you said, we know exactly why we're doing this. And that's exactly why I can't stop. Not yet. So you're just gonna keep on killing? If that's what it takes. And you call me the monster. You're not a monster. You're just simply a guy who doesn't understand. And what is he? Just your little cheerleader who just tells you whatever you need to hear? Who, him? Nah. He's actually here for you. To tell you whenever you need to be reminded. Madison?
Hey, Dad.
How you feeling, Princess?
I'm doing good. I like the breakfast you make.
You know, I'll do anything for my little girl. I love you. Alright, I'm gonna let you get some rest, okay?
Okay. Oh, Dad, I saw a pony on TV. I was wondering if I could get one.
Of course, sweetie. Anything for my baby girl. I love you.
Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Darren Stacy, and welcome to The Flavor.
Never seen where I come from, gotta be my beat.
And our top 10 countdown starts with...
Who that chick stopped me dead in my track? Did a double take, I'm like, what the hell was that?
Hey, your size from the bars, give me nice, be the name. This can Bobby David, how I do my thing.
Y'all ready? They ready? Well, come on, come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We
Thank you for staying with us as we watched Carter's film. If you have a film and you'd like to be a guest on Short Film Universe, email your contact information to TV1061, and we would love to have you also as a guest. So we're going to come back to Carter. Carter, so that was an awesome film. I love that. The editing was so nice and it was so clear considering it was a project you did in college.
Thank you, thank you.
So how did you come up with that whole concept with the little girl? And we're going to just kind of pick up where we left off. Did you come up with it or did someone else come up with it? Was it a team effort?
No. Because all right, so this particular project, this is everyone's individual, baby. There's everybody's idea. You can ask your classmates to help you out, but at the end of the day, you're the director, everything. So it was my idea to use that little girl. That little girl's my niece, and I was told that child actors would be, just bad to work with or tedious to work with. All those shots, that was her first try.
Wow.
Every single one of those shots that she was in, I was so proud of her. I took her to McDonald's. She got like a 20-piece McNugget out of me for that. But overall, it was just, I had a lot of fun. The two classmates I needed to help me out, they were really cool, very understanding. Not too many bumps in the road. So.
Awesome. So what are your 10-year plan? What do you foresee yourself in 10 years? Where do you see Carter?
In 10 years, Carter is going to be full-time editor or videographer for somebody. I only say somebody because I'm not a picky person. As long as I'm doing what I love, I can do it with whoever.
That's
So in 10 years, I would like to go outside Georgia. So 10 years, I don't know why. I keep saying I'm gonna move to Oregon. No idea why. I know nothing about Oregon, but that just sounds nice to say. I live in Oregon. So in 10 years, I will be in Oregon, full-time editor or videographer for someone.
Wow. So do you ever have aspirations to be a director or to own a production company? I mean, you hear all of these big dreams, and yours just so comfortable with being an editor, and I think that's amazing. And I know they get paid really well, so there's nothing wrong with it. But have you ever, that was amazing. So have you ever thought about being a director?
This class did make me think about it. I've thought actually more about being an actor more than a director, because directing, I directed 2 guys. Directing a whole studio full of people, that could be way different, and I'm not against it or anything. It's just right now I'm more about editing and videography, but further down the line, my late 20s, early 30s, if something like that comes up, I would definitely be interested to, at least try it out. You can't be afraid to try. But in terms of acting, I would probably get into acting before directing, because a lot of the projects that my other classmates are working on, so many. I'm in a class of 22 people. I had about 15, I was in their film in some kind of role, because they were like, this seems so natural to you. And I'm just like, well, thank you. So.
And it was. I really loved the part where you played 2 characters. How did you do that?
Editing. Because the scene, I got that scene from Pirates of the Caribbean. For anyone who knows the scene I'm talking about, there's a scene where Jack Sparrow is kind of talking to other Jack Sparrows, and they're all interacting with each other. So I got the inspiration for that particular shot from that film. Doing the shot, it's not hard at all. You just put on different clothes. The all white is kind of he's the positive emotional aspect of it. He's telling my main character, hey, you do this, but you know why you're doing it. There's a reason. You got to feed your daughter somehow. And then the one dressed in all black, he's the negativity. He's like, you're taking lives. Like, doesn't matter who it's for. You took somebody's life. So, but in terms of getting the shot together, just 20 minutes in the editing room, and I had my shot. I did have to do a lot of memorizing lines, because at first I took the change clothes route a lot, and that took a lot of time. So instead, I just dressed out entirely in one character, ran through all their lines at once, did it again for the other one, and then in the editing room, I just merged their lines together to make the conversation happen.
That was awesome. Now, did you memorize the lines, or did you write the script? How did that work out for you?
I had to write the script. it's gonna sound dumb, but I did write the script 100%. I wrote it, but I could not remember it because I thought I could. I specifically gave each character kind of short-ish lines, so it would be easier for me to remember. But I couldn't remember them all the way. So that's what brought me to the idea of, okay, instead of doing that, so my videographer Trey, shout out to Trey, he's the one who came up with the idea. He said, okay, what if you just did all your lines at once, and then we even did a voice memo. I did all the lines on one voice memo, so I could still be able to react to each line in real time. So if I ask a question right now, I could hear the question being asked on my phone later, so then my other character can just, go off of it.
Okay, so what, did you have an earpiece in, or did it actually?
No earpiece. We took on my phone little voice memos while I was running my lines in the character dressed in all black. I had my phone next to me. You can't see it in the shot though, can you?
No.
Had my phone right next to me. So then when I dressed out in the character in all white clothes, I just, I would say his line. I would play the video for the character in the black clothes, let him run, and then I would respond to it in my white clothes as if I'm like having them talking to each other at the same time.
So did you have to mute that later, or did you have to edit it, the sound out?
No, I didn't do it during the film. I would have my characters say the line out loud. Like I would play the video itself without shooting, and then I would remember what he said at that point, and then I would just answer the question, because once I started hearing the characters, like what they were saying to each other, it was easy for me to be able to remember the line and be like, oh, I know this line comes next because I wrote it. So
right. That's awesome. So so you have to tell me, how did your parents react when they saw it? They're like, oh, that's my baby.
My mom seen two strangers in her house the first time and cameras all over the place. She was ready to call the police, but Once I explained everything, both of them were like, they were super happy and excited. They were, I think about 40%, maybe half of the film, one of my parents is right there behind the camera, just watching, like just taking it all in. Like that's my son, that's my kid doing this. Whenever we would be done, my dad, he had little add-ons he wanted to throw in. He was like, what would be cool if you did this? And I'm like, Dad, I can't possibly do that. Like, I appreciate the enthusiasm. I can't get a shot of someone on the roof. But it was really fun to see like how involved they tried to be, and it was cool to me to see how happy it was making them, to see how happy it was clearly making me. And every day we were shooting, my mom was like, what time should I get out the way? Oh. What time should we clear the kitchen out? What time they coming over? And I'm like, y'all don't gotta do all that. But I feel like they was really happy about it.
That's nice. Now you see so many parents are like, okay, and I know you mentioned your mom is a teacher, so I'm really surprised because most teachers want that doctor, lawyer, engineer, but you said your parents were receptive.
Yeah, like my parents, they've never been the type to, you gotta do this, you gotta be a lawyer, you gotta be a doctor. My parents they've always been, do something. If it makes you happy, terrific, but you gotta do something. And my mom, she's actually been the one to push me more towards doing what makes you happy, because she's told me so many times growing up, if you do something you love, you're not working. You making money and you're enjoying yourself. You don't even register that I gotta go to work.
Does she feel like she has to go to work being a teacher, or does she just love it?
I would have to ask her. I remember her early days, she loved it. Like my mom she'd stay at school far longer than anyone else, making the plans, coming up with different ideas to get different students involved. Nowadays, I don't really know. She passed the century mark, so maybe she's kind of winding down a little bit. But in terms of teaching, I've heard her so many times. She's like, yeah, no, I love teaching. I wouldn't change it. I'm a teacher because I wanted to be, not because I feel like I had to be. And I took that personality and I just indulged it into myself.
So I know you said that you have a couple of friends. Have you ever thought about formulating a group where you guys have your own organization and you go out and do projects?
Making a business? In terms of making a business, I would be all for making a business, especially with them. The friends that I'm talking about, they were, former classmates of mine, and they were kind of, how you kind of get your little group of people that you kind of just keep going back to for projects, because, it's easier to not train someone, I guess, and how you are as a director, get them to understand certain things. and vice versa. So my two friends, Trey and Donovan, those are the two that I worked with more often than anybody else. We switched roles so many times. Sometimes I'm editing, Donovan's doing videography, Trey's acting. You know, we had a nice little triangle going. So yeah, like if you guys want to start a business, like you know, both of you have my phone numbers. So if y'all want to start a business, I'm all for it.
I mean, that would be awesome, especially in Atlanta, because everybody's in the industry and everybody needs a project. And there's so many people like me who, like, you know, editing, that's like Greek. You know what I'm saying? So that might be something you may want to think about. But I know you did mention you're interested in acting. So would you put acting over editing and videography? Which would you, if you had to go, what's the order? First, second, and third?
Editing, videography, acting.
Wow.
But that is not to say lower on the list does not mean lower, like further back in my mind.
Yeah,
You know,
I get it.
I'm all for all three.
I get it. So do you feel that you're the type of person to help someone? Do you think that you could actually teach as well? Or, because I'm not a good teacher, I'm gonna be honest. My patients are like this. But do you think that you could go in and assist and teach and, you know, mentor?
I think I could, because maybe it's my mom and me, you know, teaching people. But I have very high tolerance. Because I understand, especially in an industry like this, when you have a lot of people coming together for one project, it's going to be so many different ideas. It's going to be so many different personalities. There's going to be so many viewpoints. And it's like, you can't be, this is what I want. You got to be, what's going to make this good? Whoever's got the best idea, please spit it out. I'm willing to listen to whoever. So you take that and you apply it to teaching, and it's like, whoever you're teaching, they're gonna be more involved in it. They're not gonna feel like you're coming down on them, like you're telling them what to do. They're gonna understand that I'm only doing this because I want to help you. That's what teachers do. Teachers aren't there to make you feel bad. Some of them do, you know, but that's not the goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to make you better at what it is you want to do. You can't do anything but appreciate that.
Absolutely. You will be a great teacher. You could teach me because you're going to have the right attitude. Okay, so have you done any other films, your films? I know you said you participated in some. And what other films do you want to do?
Other films that I've done on my YouTube portfolio, I use my YouTube as my portfolio. That's just one of mine. I have two others that I've done. In terms of like, what else would I want to do on projects? I'm like, you know, like I said, I'm open to, you know, if someone wants to bring me along and be like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? Yeah. Like I'm here. I want to create greatness. It can be mine. It can be someone else's. I want to create greatness because at the end of the day, even if it's not mine, even if it's not my project, it's still gonna be my name in the credits. I'm still gonna get, hey, you know, when they're like up there accepting their Oscar. You gonna see me in the audience and they can point at me. That's all I need. Like, give me my recognition at some point, but you know, so I'm not a picky guy.
Oh, that's nice. That's so humble because you know everybody I know wants to be the chief. Nobody wants to be the Indian, and the Indians usually are the better person.
But I understand. Everybody wants to be a star, but you know, somebody got to be the sky.
Exactly.
You feel me? You know, so it's not particularly I'm selling myself short or anything like that. It's just I'm just positive.
Right.
You can be great. I can be great. Let's be great together. Like, what's the point in being separate?
That's right. So if people want to reach out to you, I definitely want you to go ahead and put your information or your YouTube or your Instagram. Let people know how they can reach you because I'm sure other people have editing projects. If I had a company, I would hire you in 2 minutes flat.
That's why I'm so nice.
Yeah, so we need to hear your contact information, Carter.
Contact information, my phone number, 404-825-2640. You can email me at evanmorris81@gmail. That's my first name. My first name is Evan. I just go by Carter because that's my middle name. Let me see, what else? I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, _ Playboy Carter, you get it? _. She gets it. So yeah, Twitter, same name as my Instagram name on my Twitter.
Okay, so tell me, what does Playboy mean?
It's just okay. First of all, Playboy, like the brand of clothing, that's my favorite brand of clothing. I'm not wearing any today because I try to be professional-ish, I guess. But Playboy is my favorite brand of clothing, and there's a rapper whose name is Playboy Cardi. So I say Playboy Carter, and I just started blowing people's minds like her. Like,
Okay. So are you a Playboy? Yes or no?
not anymore. I have a girlfriend. She makes sure I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
When I came up with the idea, I was single.
Okay.
She don't mind it.
She's
anyway.
like, you're going to have to put an X on that, Playboy, and it's going to have to be Mary Carter.
Yeah, at some point, it's just gonna be Boy Carter.
Okay.
It ain't no playing anymore. It's just boy.
Yeah, we're going to take the play off. It's time to grow up, Carter. Okay, awesome. Well, I definitely would like to give a shout out to Felix Washington, who is the producer of TV 1061. And also, again, if you have a short film and you would like to be a guest on TV 1061, please email. The contact information is at the bottom of the screen. And we would love to have your film shown here. Please include your link, your YouTube link as well. So, Carter, before we leave, do you have any parting words for the guests? If I wanted to get into the film industry, how would I get in? What would you suggest?
Be ready for setbacks. Be ready for people not understanding your vision. Be ready for people trying to disrupt your vision. You be ready. Just be ready. If you want to get into film, it's not particularly hard to get into, but be ready. Like, you got to be ready to grind, grow up in the industry, expand who you are as a person, expand your skills, all that. You just got to just buckle down. I feel like that's advice for almost every job. Buckle down, be ready.
I agree.
It's only as hard as you make it.
It's hard, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But the film industry is a little more challenging because it's that creative content. It's not like an accountant, you just get a job and you go to work.
Yeah, and I get that.
It's a little different.
Yeah, I get that. Like, people have a writer's block. You
Right.
know, sometimes maybe your videographers aren't really getting the shot you want. Maybe your editor's taking forever. Like I said, be ready. You gotta be ready for all that.
Awesome. Well, Carter, I so appreciate you coming today. I am looking forward to great things. I'm going to call you for my next editing job, and I'm excited for you. And I'm being very, very honest. You're going to do great things. And you tell your mother she did a good job.
All right, I'll tell her just because she'll put a smile on her face.
Yes, and your father.
All right, I'll tell him.
We didn't talk about him.
All right, we ain't gonna leave you out there.
All right, thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Hello, I'm Brandy Garrett. Welcome to Short Film Universe. How did you get started in the film business?
I'm the one that kept money in all our pockets.
Yeah, come here.
I'm glad to see that your film has been entered into the film festival.